and welcome to my stained glass studio. Today I'll be showing you the first part of making this snake Suncatcher. That includes tracing out my template and cutting out the pieces. So for a little overview of what the tools I use this pistol grip score cutter, and it just scores the glass so that I am able to break it more easily and not have just pieces of glass going everywhere. There's also a pencil grip, which is, it just depends on preference. They both work great. I just prefer pistol grip because that's what I've used since I begun. And then to break, so on the score glass that you created with the cutter, you need to break it off. So you either use the running pliers, which you place right, there's a middle part, and you place it right where you scored, and it just breaks it, it just runs it straight through the line that you made. Or I personally use the grozing pliers most of the time, and these just take little pieces off. And then, so there's two sides. There's a flat side and a curved side. If the curved side is on top of the glass, then it just chips away the glass. And if the flat part is on top of the glass, then it breaks that whole piece off. So let's jump into it. Okay, so let's get tracing. I am using my Sharpie oil pen, and it is in the fine point. I also use the extra fine point, but this is the one that I had today. And I am using this green for part of the body. I taped down each little individual piece so it's easier to trace. And that is where I'm gonna let you speed up a little bit and show you the process. Since we have everything traced, I'm going to go in with my pistol grip cutter, and this is a little jar of cutting oil, and I'm going to dip it in there just so it guides easily along that line that I'm going to score, and the little pieces of shards of glass don't get caught into that wheel that is trying to score. I'm going to then take the running pliers, and as you can tell, there is a little clear line in the middle, and that is where you're going to line up your glass to it so it breaks nice and evenly straight through, and you don't have to try and break it or with your hands or anything. You also can break it with your hands. I'll show you right here. You just score it the same way, and then I pull outwards and down to just give it a little more force so it'll just break easily. And then, as you can see, I'm going back to the green piece right here, and I'm going to score each of those individual pieces just so it's easier to so I don't have to keep going back and forth between scoring it and then breaking it. So So right here, I'm actually using the back of my pistol grip to break each of those pieces off. It just applies pressure to the score line from the other side to break it off in a nice, consistent manner. So right here, I break it right in the middle, and I will go back and revisit how I designed these pieces because it just did not work out. So we are near the end. Right now I am just going to put my pieces onto the pattern that is still intact, not the one that I cut out. And I'm gonna make sure that most of them roughly, that is keyword, roughly line up. So the video decided to cut out, so I'm including a picture for you guys to look at. Alright, so that was part 1 of templates and cutting out your pieces. Part 2 will be probably released sometime next week, and then from there we'll see where it goes. Have a good day.